The band is back
Put 'em back.
together. We are back. It's been a while.
A long time.
Joe goes out of town
Yeah.
all the time, missing all these shows.
Yeah.
Joe goes.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
missed one show.
Yeah.
I know. I'm actually due for a vacation, but
You are due.
I'm
Yes,
kidding.
yeah.
It's so great to be back with the guys, Matt and Joe. I'm Emily, as you know. It's a Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage. Add a couple more CUSA trophies
Do it.
to
What a
the
weekend.
case, because Liberty Athletics is just on fire right now. Of course, golf won a couple weeks ago. Liberty softball basically won it twice in that
You
game.
talk about drama.
Drama.
A lot of drama.
A lot of drama. Liberty track. Oh, we're going to sweep indoor.
Not a big deal.
Keep the broom out, baby, because we're going to sweep outdoor too.
Bam.
Bam. Wait,
And that's the hashtag bottom line.
that's the
Bam.
hashtag.
They call
bottom line.
Lance Bingham the custodian because all he does is sweep.
Oh
Come on, Joe.
I like it.
You like it.
So
I
bad.
like it.
Yeah.
We'll hear from head softball coach Dot Richardson in just a moment,
Yeah.
live from El Paso.
Beautiful El
It's-
Paso tech. Beautiful in El
Monday
Paso this time of
afternoon.
year. Yeah.
So what a game.
Fight
what
Island.
a series.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take it back to Friday, right? Was that game that they dropped against New Mexico State? And I'm like panicking. Run ruled in that game.
Thursday, maybe.
Thursday?
Was it Thursday? It was
It's all
Thursday.
a blur.
They dropped the first
Thursday,
game
yes.
in the tournament,
It
and you're like, oh boy, here you go.
This
Drop
isn't
down to the
good.
losers bracket.
Right.
You're gonna have to fight your way out of it.
Grab and claw.
Pitching really struggled the first two games, but they battle, they win,
So you need a battle.
they get to the championship,
Yeah.
and then they're trailing against Western Kentucky most of that game.
Yep.
That's okay.
They end up battling back. They're down 3-1 in the sixth. They tie it. Then in the seventh,
Got it.
this is when things started getting crazy.
Yeah, give it to us,
Bases
Matt.
loaded.
Play by play.
Bases loaded.
Things are getting crazy.
Reagan Barrett stands there at the plate. Bang. Takes
Bam.
one off the arm. That's
Drops
it.
it, yeah.
Walk off, hit by
Ball-
pitch.
ball
Home plate
game.
umpire's like, no.
Yeah.
You stay here. You stay here. Said that apparently she like initiated contact.
Oh, stop it.
I don't think so. I think it was a brutal call. I think it's one of those things, Joe, where if that happened in the third inning,
Yeah.
you're taking your base.
You don't wanna
But
have
because
to
of what was on the
Yeah.
line,
Right.
he's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to end like this. So she ends up striking out. You go to extras. You're like, oh my gosh, how do you bounce back from
Yeah.
that? So
You-
Liberty,
You compete.
Talking
That's what
about
you
an
do.
emotional
Yeah.
roller
You can-
coaster.
well, you know what happened
Just
in
compete.
the eighth? Liberty, couple of walks, a bunt where there was a miscue,
Lay it down.
and it's bases loaded.
Yep,
No
no outs.
No outs.
No outs.
And you're like, uh-oh, here we go. Western Kentucky, you get the first out, then the girl hits a line drive towards left center,
Oh,
deep enough to score the run from third on
It's-
tagging up.
it's deep
But the runner from at second, I don't know what she was thinking, just took off. So Mary Claire Wilson catches it, double her off a
Bang,
second, inning
double
over.
trouble.
You go from bases loaded, nobody out,
Double.
don't get a single run out of it. And then obviously Liberty comes through in the ninth.
Double.
Savannah Jesse, the walk-off double. And celebration, although they still reviewed
you gotta,
if the
you
girl touched
celebrate
home
and then
plate.
you get to celebrate.
It's like, I mean, I'll just say this. My kids were watching with me.
Jack.
what was going on in the Warner house?
My
Jack-
11-year-old daughter
Jack's not happy.
Yeah,
was
Jack
fired up.
Oh,
She was
really?
like, what is it with these umpires?
Oh, yeah.
Like, she
I
was
wonder
ticked.
where she gets that from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was so
As
proud.
they like to say,
Yeah,
the apple
yes,
doesn't fall
that's
far
true.
from the tree,
They were
my
ticked.
friend.
Yeah,
They were
there
upset.
was a pickleball
Yeah, paddle
paddle in our
flying
hand.
across
and
the
he
room.
flying.
flying
But what a win.
to the neighbors.
Champions on to an NCAA regional.
Right. So we'll talk to Dot Richardson in just a sec, but the regional was announced yesterday, Sunday, and Liberty will play Charlotte in that first game on Friday. So
Going
The
out.
Athens, Georgia regional. And Charlotte Liberty beat earlier this year 6-5 here in
Yeah.
Lynchburg. So you have some history there. Fourth NCAA regional appearance in a row for Liberty, by the way.
Let's
so
get to
they
the
just
next
keep
level.
knocking on that
Let's
door, right?
go,
Is it the
dog.
year?
Keep putting yourself in that position,
go.
and you're going to break it down and reach that super regional. And you know what they say, Joe?
What do they say?
It's harder to make a super regional, to win a regional and get to the super, than it is to win the super and get
Yeah.
to the World Series.
You know what else they say? Cream rises to the top.
They do say that. They do
Okay,
say that.
we have a lot to talk about. LU baseball, Missouri State added to the CUSA in 25. Golf is starting regionals today
Yeah.
out in Stanford.
Come on, golf.
Come on, golf.
Let's go.
I mean,
Yeah.
what a surprise that they had, in, again, dramatic fashion with
Yeah.
that CUSA title. We'll talk a little bit of LU track as well. But first, let's go to El Paso with Coach Dot
Come
Richardson.
on, Don.
The champ is here.
Yes.
Well, kind of. On the show,
Yes.
head softball coach Dot Richardson. The Lady Flames are CUSA champions. They're not here in Lynchburg. They're trying to get
head
here.
coach and apparently mayor of El Paso. I've heard as well. By the time this all ends, so we get home, coach.
Well, thank you so much. But hey, it was worth it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Champs.
She knew it all along. I don't know if you call this foreshadowing, but when they made Dot Richardson bobblehead the one.
Number one.
Oh,
The
yeah.
number one.
Number
Yeah.
one,
The fingers
baby.
in the air. Love it. Congratulations, coach. Wow. How do you put into words the last really week for you and this team?
Well, if you think about it, it's been really amazing. The schedule has been very difficult this year. We've had a lot of growth to do, particularly in this circle, a lot of freshmen, a lot of, a couple transfers that, you need to make your way into the team and to just feel comfortable. And it's been great to see the progress that we've done. Our bat's been kind of off and on and started to right now, just knock on wood, start ripping the ball in a great way. But the big thing is that I'm so proud of, first year in Conference USA, we won the regular season, so we're the regular season champions, and defended the number one seed, even though we lost the first game in the tournament, which I knew would be tough because New Mexico State and their home field, strong bats, air is light, fence 190 down the lines, and we bounced back, won the next 4 games, and we are the undisputed, I guess you'd say,
That's
number one team in Conference USA for the regular season and the championship tournament. So proud of the team.
All right, Coach, I have a question for you because this game was not without controversy. Take me in, bottom 7th, bases loaded. Reagan Barrett gets hit by a pitch. Looks like the game's over. The Warner family is in full celebration mode. And the home plate umpire says, no, you're staying right here. And you end up not scoring in that inning, and it goes to extras. What did they tell you in the moment? And how proud were you of the response after? I mean, listen, it could have gone sideways at that point. I'm sure the emotions were a wreck.
Yeah, it could have. We had our chances. We were behind off the pitcher of the year for the conference.
Yeah.
And we were able to bounce back, and she was relieved, right? So we were able to take her out. But the point was, with bases loaded and 2 outs, Reagan gets up, and the pitch came inside, and they have those protective shields, right? So it hit her elbow, and the umpire said, that she purposely put her elbow out to be hit by the ball. So I asked for a replay, and in the review, they didn't change their mind, which, I wasn't surprised because you know how umpiring goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But it was controversial.
Yes.
But I was so proud of the team because we persevered. We're still persevering, still here in El Paso. Can't wait to get back home. But yeah, it was a sweet win when Megan Fortner ripped the ball into left center, and followed suit was Savannah Jesse. And it was anticlimactic, which is weird because I was over there expecting, I already had sent Brooke Roberts home from third base to win the game, and she got thrown out at home.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, here we go, and we just continue to persevere.
Well, and listen, when the home plate umpire went to review the game-winning run to see if she stepped on a plate, I'm just telling you, my kids, I was proud of their reaction. There was a lot of heated commentary about the state of umpiring and things like that. But like at that point, it was like, what is going on? Like, this is over. It's over. And that was even a little anticlimactic because then you had to wait for a review at the end.
Well, the response in the dugout by a supportive staff member was great because he was like, yes, we get to celebrate it twice.
There you go. There you go.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, and then you guys got to celebrate in the airport because you're stuck in El Paso and had to watch the selection show. What was that experience like for you guys? And just really a reflection of how this team is just taking whatever it gets thrown at it.
Yeah, well, you talked about the last 12 days. We were at LSU. And as we competed there with, again, the humidity and everything, we're able to defeat LSU, who at the time was ranked 3rd, and then get to this conference championship and lost that first game and came back. So you can imagine the emotions, right? Everything from just the perseverance and the determination, the competitiveness, and then now the frustration. So we are stuck in the airport our plane, Party of 38, plane was canceled, mechanical issues. The flight was canceled. And so we just kept hearing, well, there'll be another flight. There'll be another flight. And all of a sudden I looked and realized we're on mountain time and the selection show is coming up. So the airport people were great, the security guards and everything. They ended up getting us a conference room.
Oh my
And because we had Jamie Hall, right?
Yeah.
He was there. Joe Carmody was there. We set up everything as beautiful for the selection show, and the team was able to see our destination going to regionals in Athens, hosted by Georgia. So we are very excited about that match. But it was anticlimactic in a way because the kids want to get home so badly. There's so much they have to do to get ready for regionals.
Listen, if you start driving right now, you can probably make it to Athens in time for that first game Friday.
Well, I thought maybe, what if we're going to go to Arizona or we're going to go to Oklahoma or something? I was like, well, we might as well stay here.
Yeah.
And the kids actually, there's tears in their eyes when I said that. They want to get home.
I believe it.
And
I believe it.
Coach, what's the recipe now that you've had this change of schedule and this has got to throw your whole routine off, and then you're going into this regional, having to play Georgia, Charlotte. I'm sorry, play Charlotte, but in that Georgia regional, what do you do with the hecticness of everything that's happened in order to change things to prepare to be able to be ready for Friday?
Well, one is I'm trying to
get home,
be positive.
Yeah.
Trying to be positive. But the other is we're going to have to give them another day off. And I'm hoping that will energize them, and they need to come to grips with what's going on. We've had a lot of adversity this year. And so I think that right now it's really up to them. This is an opportunity they've been dreaming about, getting to regionals, the top 64 teams. We were able to get that automatic bid. We're, I think, ranked 32. We have played Charlotte before, so that is in their mind. We're excited about that. We have beaten Georgia 2 years ago in regionals at Duke. So we have that experience. So right now, we as a coaching staff make sure we have to keep their nutrition up, make sure they're rested. That's why we'll probably give them another day off we weren't planning on. And maybe on Wednesday, a half a day before we take off to Georgia, or wait till Thursday morning, depending on when we have team practice. But there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of preparation for us as coaches, the scouting and everything. We got to make sure, we get that done, and we will. But right now it's about the team being able to emotionally and physically get to their optimal performance. And we're going to do our best to make sure they get there. We have Coach Will with us too, by the way, our strength and conditioning coach. So he's really been on top of it with recovery and all of these things. So there's a lot that goes into it, a lot more than people think. But I'm just so blessed. And just God is faithful. That's all I have to say. We have really been proud of this team, and we'll continue to do so and be just trying to make a difference for them and get them ready. They will be.
Coach, when you look at this freshman class, like not only are they transitioning to the college game, but like all this adversity that you've talked about, and this freshman class has come up clutch with you in big moments throughout this season. What have you learned about that group on why they've been able to handle that?
Well, I think they're just born with just recognizing God has given them amazing gifts, and they're ready to seize the opportunities. You see that with Yoder in the circle, also with Caleb. Katie is coming pretty strong as well. I just think that they just love to compete, and it's been really great to see that happen. Just been really proud also of the MVP for the tournament for us, Brooke Roberts. Really wasn't getting it done the way she knows she's capable of, and she was able to get it done this tournament and be rewarded for it. Mary Claire Wilson, unbelievable tournament, unbelievable for just, even the past few weeks, her being the leadoff for us. Rachel Roop has been pouring it on. It's just awesome to see that. She was intentionally walked so much this tournament.
I think 12
times.
12 times.
And it's just a huge respect for her. She really should be, in my mind, the player of the year for the conference.
Thank you. I didn't say it. Thank you, Dot.
Don't get that started.
Yeah.
They selected a player that was on the 5th team in the conference. Rupi has shown taken us to #1. She's been an instrumental part of our season this year, and will continue to be so. What else? Savannah Jessie had a great tournament. I mean, E had an awesome display and comeback and courage she showed in the circle. Wow, Megan Fortner, I can just start naming the whole team. And I tell you, Rachel Crane was amazing on defense as well. So I hope that didn't go unnoticed. KK Madry also ended up getting another
10.
Sports Center catch, right?
Yep.
I could just name them all. As you can tell, Reagan has been phenomenal at the plate and defense. And just Bryn McManus, did you see her rip the ball? I mean, 2 doubles, a home run to help us win to get to the championship. Sierra Kirsten gets up. Did you see that first pitch home run? So you guys just keep watching the Lady Flames, baby. It's so much fun, and it's a great time to be a Flame.
Coach, I think what you need to do right now is gather the girls up. I know they're tired and everything. And let's get on the parking lot and let's get a workout in. Let's push some buses around. Let's pull the buses. We're going to get the cars out there. Let's grind it out. Girls, we're going to the top. There's no rest for the weary.
Running up to the top of the parking deck.
Yeah, just run the parking deck. Whatever you got to do, it's just thrown for a complete loop right now.
Well, I tell you, if you see how tired I look, I can imagine. Imagine our players who've been out there, the altitude, the wind, the heat, you name it. And, just the exhilaration and the peace that comes with realizing we've accomplished that goal. And now we have another goal before us. So we're going to make sure they get the rest they need and keep them inspired. Like I said, you guys, the support has been amazing. God is faithful. And we're just so proud to represent Liberty University and Jesus Christ and all that we do.
That's amazing. Well, Coach, don't take Joe Yock's advice. I think what you're doing much better.
Yes, a lot of
as the head
hydration,
coach
a
of
lot
Lady
of sleep.
Flame.
Yeah.
A lot of recovery, a lot of hydration, a lot of sleep.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. You're 2024 CUSA champions. First year in the conference.
Go Champs!
The champs. Thanks so much for your time and safe travels home. Can't wait to see you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. God bless you. Look forward to being back.
Okay, so we talked before we got on the phone with Dot.
Yeah.
Let's not bring up the CUSA Awards. Let's just keep it cool and talk about the CUSA Championship, and we'll talk about the regional.
Yeah, right.
That was Matt.
Right,
But Matt going off
Yeah.
on Wormheim Fuego and last weekend Flame Central about these CUSA Awards. No individual awards. Zero.
Best team.
For the best team in the league. What are we doing,
Rachel
CUSA?
Roop led the league in OPS, in doubles, in walks.
Talk to me, Goose.
Come on. Here's how you know. We said talking to Dot. How much do they respect Rachel Roop? 12 walks in 5 games. They walked her 4 times in the championship game. They're like, we're not even messing with her. Not even messing with her. That's the kind of, they're getting the Barry Bonds treatment is what she was getting.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. She should have been player of the year.
Another really good point that Matt made is that, okay, so the player of the year was also the freshman of the year out of New Mexico State because she's a pitcher, hitter, all that. But
good player.
like a great point that Matt made was New Mexico State played 0 ranked opponents.
Yeah.
Zero ranked opponents. So Roop is doing this against like the
LSU
Clemson, like the LSU, like the big time, the big dogs.
The big dogs.
Yeah, the big
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing it against those people.
Yeah.
So come on, give me a break. Like, whatever. We know where Rachel Roop stands in this conference.
But now it's like almost like the Carmen Sandiego thing. Like, where in the world is Liberty softball?
Yeah, well.
Because I just hope that they can get home, and get some rest before this regional, heading down to Georgia on Friday.
I'm worried about it being
Dot went down to Georgia.
Yeah, Dot went down to Georgia.
Looking for a regional to steal.
Oh.
It writes itself.
They were in a bind and they were way behind, and they were looking to make a deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is good.
This is incredible. Well, I hope you're not relying on me to continue that because it's hard for me to think of words. Okay, so as you mentioned, Charlotte on Friday in that regional. Liberty softball has never made it out of a regional, so could this be the year? We'll just have to see.
I'll bet your soul against a fiddle of gold that I think I'm better than you. Dong, dong, dong.
Gold, like USA, Team USA, gold, like
gold medals,
Yeah, I know when Joe is like not even thinking and contributing to the actual podcast content when he's silent over there trying to think of the next lyric.
thinking of, like, yeah.
It's just like
the wheels
spinning.
turning.
We're rolling, baby. We're rolling tonight.
I know you're wondering about how Joe fared in his golf trip, so we'll talk about that. But LU baseball, on the flip side of softball, not a great weekend. Swept at DBU. DBU is now leading the
conference. Tied for first with Louisiana Tech. So Liberty's still in fourth in the conference. They'll play Wake Forest tomorrow, which I think they're up to 8th in the country on the road. And then they close out the regular season at home against La Tech, who is tied for first place right now. So a lot still on the line for La Tech. Still on the line for Liberty as well, just trying to stay in the top half of the bracket heading into the postseason, which will begin next week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Things are winding down. And you think the Flame Central podcast, they're going to have nothing to talk about.
No,
we'll
there's
keep
always,
it fully loaded.
We haven't even dipped into Joe's old CFL stories yet. So
we haven't even gone there yet.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to that this summer. But we are looking to do a summer alumni series, so we won't just hear Joe's story time. So that's something to look forward to. To LU track, more records broken, more best times. I think Amari Lewis ran the fastest time in the world.
This year, 100. Now, it was wind aided or whatever, right?
Yeah. What was the time? Do you have the time?
9.88, I believe it was.
Yeah.
It was the fastest time in the world.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's smoking.
Once
again, just for context. Just for context of that, folks. Carl Lewis is considered one of the greatest Olympians in the history of the Olympics. Won 4 gold medals in 1988 in the LA Coliseum and won the 100-meter Olympic gold medal in 9.99 seconds. Wow. And he just ran 9.88?
Yeah. 9.88, yeah. But it said it had a plus. It said it had a plus 5.1 win it. Or something.
What do you expect when you're in El Paso?
It does.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so then some other.
By the way, just one note on that. Liberty, just the second Conference USA member ever to sweep indoor and outdoor. Houston did it twice in 98 and 05. That's the only other program that has ever done it. Think about
the custodian.
How long Conference USA has been around?
Is it sweeping
both
programs?
The indoor and outdoor titles.
No, but men and women? Does it have to be both men and women? Wow,
so it's rarely been done. And think about how long CUSA's been around.
Yeah.
And think about this. Somebody sent me a graphic. I think it was Donald sent me a graphic that at this point it's like 22% of all
teams.
FBS programs have been at Conference USA at some point. Wow. So just think about all the programs that have gone through Conference USA over the years and Liberties in rarefied air. Yeah.
We have some really good. Did we talk about it last week? We might be a thrower school. Because, I mean, when you look at the hammer, the javelin, they're like, we're crushing it, basically. So now track will have a handful of athletes to regionals, so best of luck to them there. Okay, what else do we got? Sorry. Oh, CUSA is adding Missouri State.
Yeah.
Did you know? Matt Warner, first on-air job ever?
Third.
What?
Third?
My most recent job before coming to Liberty was in Springfield. I was there 3 years. I went to college in Springfield for 4 years.
Excuse me.
So I've spent a 7-year span in the great city of Springfield. Awesome
do you have any records or statues in Springfield?
They may be since I left. Who knows? They might have put some up.
City in The Simpsons, Springfield, they got a statue.
Yeah.
They got a statue of him in there.
Springfield known for its cashew chicken. A lot of people don't know that. Springfield cashew chicken.
Cashew chicken. Yep. What is that, like cashew crusted chicken? Is that what that is?
It's basically like your Chinese kind of chicken you get. You could put sweet and sour sauce, but it's like a cashew sauce with cashews over rice.
That sounds great.
It's really good. It's really good. But home of Bass Pro, where it began. Yep.
Isn't it the semi-truck capital of the world too? Isn't that like a trucker stop?
There could be. I think they have a Buc-ee's now. So
they don't have a Buc-ee's.
I think they do. Yeah, they do.
No, I'm being serious. But
I hope you wear your Buc-ee's t-shirt.
But in terms of what they added Conference USA, program that has had a lot of success. They've had a really good baseball program over the years.
You said basketball.
Ryan Howard played there.
Really?
They went to the College World Series in 03. Okay. Women's basketball, you may remember Jackie Stiles back in the day. She was almost Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. Little white girl that just scored like crazy, took them to the Final Four. Their women's team went Final Four twice.
Did it really?
Wow.
Jackie Moon.
Football. They made the FCS playoffs recently when Bobby Petrino was their head coach. So I think that was like 2 years ago. But now they're making the jump to FBS, so that'll be a little bit different. Men's basketball, Konzo Martin just took over the program. You'll remember him from being the head coach at Mizzou, Tennessee, and before that, actually Missouri State. That's when I was there. I was covering him his first time at Missouri State.
That's what they're really
So they have
good.
at least when I was there, it's an arena that's getting older now, but it was an awesome arena.
Yeah.
Their baseball team played at like the AA Park there. I don't know if they still do, but it's really nice. So really great sports town.
Yeah.
Listen, geography is out the window, right? I mean, we go from Delaware, you get Kennesaw coming in this year, Delaware, Missouri State, El Paso, like forget that. But I think it's a really good program overall. They were in the Missouri Valley Conference. They finished second last year in the all-sports standings in the Missouri Valley. So they're solid addition.
Wait, is this the 13? That would be 13?
12. That would get us to 12.
That would get us to 12 in 2025.
In
is when they're
2025.
added.
Yep.
So yeah, that, as you can see, Liberty softball straight in El Paso, like the travel is crazy. Hopefully they come up with something to figure that out.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
But we'll see. Okay, Joe, any great stories from your golf trip?
Oh, yeah.
You just show up and you go, where's the first hole and what's the course record?
Yeah, no, we had a great time on the golf trip, and so we had two teams. So it was all my buddies I played with in the CFL. One guy was from Texas, one guy was from DC, the other guy was from Iowa. We all got together in Pinehurst, right? Well, we have we played 36 holes one day, back-to-back 18. On the second 18, we were tied. On the 36th hole, we were tied. So we're driving, it's starting to get a little bit dark, not real dark, a little bit dark. We're driving back, and the kid who's working the cart, he's like, hey, man, I'm ready to go home. And he sees us pull up to the first tee because we're on a playoff hole. We're not in this thing without a playoff hole. So we're on a playoff hole. And so the kid looks and he's like, what are you guys doing? And we're playing a playoff hole. He's like, okay, playoff hole. Yeah. So we have playoff hole. I drain a 25-footer to extend it.
Oh, boy.
So we go to a second playoff hole.
Oh,
right?
my gosh. And he probably has like dinner with his first date.
He's got dinner with his, the whole deal. So we go to the second playoff hole, extend it again. We go to the third playoff hole. Right now, the kid's in the cart driving through the woods, trying to get guys. It's time to go. I say, hey, buddy, we're not going anywhere. Right? This is the third playoff hole.
You better split him at 20 or something.
We went into fourth playoff hole. Finally, after 40, whatever that was, 41 holes. Okay, we crowned a champion. I got beat.
Oh, that's a shame.
I got beat, but we brought the kid back, slipped him a couple 20s.
Yeah,
he was happy as a clam.
Yeah.
Got a big steak dinner. Had a great time. Good. Outstanding. Pinehurst, they're playing the U.S. Open there this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great.
We missed your birthday because you were gone during this and we didn't have any shows. So I know we like to give gifts on this show. What? So I actually got you a gift. For those that remember, this was 3 or 4 weeks ago. We talked about Butts Gerard. Joe remembers seeing this guy as a world famous belly flopper that would light himself on fire. So this is his autobiography. Joe, you and this guy have a lot more in common than you might think. It's scary. No, for real. I've read the first chapter. Yeah.
Oh.
So not only a world-class belly flopper, which you won. What championship did you win?
I won the James Madison High School in 1986 and
So you have that in common.
Two-time belly flop champion.
Played in the CFL for multiple years.
Yeah, Butts Gerard.
And he's a believer. So this whole book is about his faith as well.
Is it really?
It is. So I get this for you.
Oh my.
Butts Gerard, his autobiography. I hope you'll enjoy it. I know. I thought that might get you a little teary-eyed,
Oh my
but yeah,
gosh,
so
you
happy
are- your
birthday.
eyes
You
are
know what's
watering.
great? You know what I love in this picture is the guy in the blue tuxedo.
Yeah. What is that?
He's got a blue tuxedo with the top hat on.
Yeah.
And a bow tie.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh my
unbelievable.
God, is that Jason? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So there you go. Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow.
I mean, I will read this from cover to cover.
Yeah.
The last chapter. That
Whoa.
is so sweet.
Yeah.
Very first thing, it said room fire, $1,500 worth of damage.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet Butts Gerard, he's like fire, obviously.
Wow. Well, this Flames Central podcast really had it all.
It did.
My top Perkins. This is
Okay,
great.
Joe's going to go start reading this book. We'll see you right back here. Like I said, we are not slowing down the Flames Central
It's full
podcast this
steam.
summer.
Yeah.
So,
1 foot on the gas pedal, the other foot on the horn. That's how we roll.
and if you want to be a part of the show, we're still doing that. Joe still needs to give us some money from Alcova Mortgage so we can buy some more mugs. But flamecentral@liberty.edu.
Yes,
and
that's
while
what I
you're
said.
on
Yeah,
the World
yeah.
Wide Web, you can check out another website, alcovamortgage.com/liberty if you're looking to buy a home.
Yep. That
What
gives
happens?
up to $5,000 credit on your closing costs. We've been closing like crazy.
Really?
We've been
Good.
giving these credits out like it's pancakes at the IHOP Sunday after church. It's unbelievable. And but people are saving money. We're adding up, saving money, money back in their pockets all day long.
Thanks so much for listening or watching. For Joe and Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you right back here next week.
Peace.